Alrighty, so I have been messing around with Rimuru a little bit, and I think he's actually really good against this Hell meta, well, I don't know if it's like a full-on meta or anything like that, but Hell is pretty relevant right now, and I honestly, in Challenger, which is what we're going to be playing, I mainly see the Goddess team, but he works really, really good because the retrogression is a blue buff, and I've been using it quite a bit. You can see I have 17 consecutive victories. I think that's still taking into account the geared PvP video that we did earlier this week. But either way, I have been using this quite a bit. We're just using everybody on HP defense except for Hell, just because she is the one that kind of deals the big damage on this team anyway. And then Rimuru can do some pretty good damage if we get retrogression on him, depending on who gets it and everything. But it's just a really nice counter to the retrogression stack that gets put on, and depending on who doesn't get the Nanashi buffs on the team, it can basically, if it's Hell that doesn't end up getting it, it just saps the retrogression like turn 1, and then you can get rid of her if you really want to. Or well, you probably can't turn 1 because let's be honest, Rimuru's damage is not great until he gets the Pierce buff, but either way, I typically go for this turn 1. We can Sabnak debuff, then we can Infect, and we can use the Hell card. Depending on what cards get sealed is, kind of cool. We have a pretty good lockdown here. Not crazy good or anything. If actually, this is perfect for melee. Whenever melee gets his all target disabled, if it's a bot or if they just really want to push for melee card usage or whatever, they have to use the single target, which is really good because the single target is not very good until he pops his Blade of Darkness buff. So, okay, he disables himself on Mael there. Let's go for... Honestly, I'm just going to re-up on the debuffs here. I don't think this will do like crazy big damage or anything, but it'll get the shield low enough to where this will proc the debuff. Oh, she got Ripple of Light. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. I wasn't paying attention to that, but we re-up on our shield at the very least. There's potential for him to single target into Sabnak here and pop retrogression there. Okay, never mind. He's using Margaret AoE into Mael AoE, maybe? Or if he has a single... No, okay, it is an AoE. That's actually fine. It won't do anything crazy. He doesn't pop retrogression or anything, unfortunately, but not like a huge, huge deal. Melee is the one that has the debuff on at this point. I think we go for this just for some card space. We do have the Pierce buff on... Hey, don't leak that, I'm recording. We do have the... whatchamacallit? Pierce buff on Rimuru, so he might do some okay damage. I typically try to use him once Margaret is low to just kill her off if possible. The Sabnak ultimate is really good, but we're disabled on Sabnak, so I'm not going to assume that's going to do anything great. Single target here. It's actually fine. We kind of hard counter the Mael single target. Okay, Rimuru is really close to dead. He gets marked. That's definitely enough to kill Rimuru off, unfortunately, but might not be too bad. Oh, he actually got rid of my skill disable, so I think he may have just won the game for us. And we have a retrogression stack on, so I think we do this. That should be a really good amount of damage on the level 2 from Hell. So pops the ultimate there. Did he not have Tarmiel Link on his melee? I think no, he doesn't. Huh, strange. Okay. A little strange. Either way, that's a good wipe. There's a lot of Goddess teams, of course. The Goddess team is still really good. I have not lost against a Goddess team yet, but obviously there's some there's some skewed results there because obviously I am C7 and everything. But at the very least, I am still doing pretty good with this team. Unfortunately, he lowered me too much there. I was going to say he just merged me back in, but let's go ahead and move on. Let's see if I can find a Hell team, and we will see how that goes. Also, finally upgraded the setup a little bit. I got a stream deck, and I bought a key light So that way, whenever the videos are a little bit darker, I can actually light myself up a little bit more. Video quality, video production, alright, yeah. Which is ironic, because I don't make nearly as many videos as I used to, so either way. But I think it does look a lot better, at least, I don't know, I can brighten it up. I don't want to brighten it too much, because I think it's nice as like a soft light, but, and plus I only have the one, so it's obviously just on this side of the face and everything, but I think I like that look. A lot of people, whenever I look up like, oh, like how to light your setup and stuff, a lot of those videos tend to say like, oh, you want to use one light, you don't want to do too bright, which then again, I have the light directly on me, which is also what they tell you not to do, but because I'm using it as a soft light, I didn't think that would be too big of an issue. Typically they say you need to turn it around and face it like towards the wall or something, so that way it ends up being like sort of like reflected off the wall and it's not like so harsh. But because I have like I can even make it like a whiter color, like I could make it colder or hotter. I tend to like the hotter color a little bit more, but either way, I definitely think it looks a lot better, so that's cool. We do actually have a hell setup here. I'm just yapping away. What you doing, man? What you doing? Ideally, if they can kill somebody off, that would be great, like pop retrogression on a character, but they tend to not do that, so a little unfortunate. I'm gonna do this into... Actually, I'm gonna do this. I don't have retrogression pop, so this AoE is not the greatest idea yet, but I've got them low enough to where I think it'll be fine. I don't actually know who pops retrogression here. Actually, I think we just kill... Nice. Okay, so we killed Hale because her retrogression was gone. We sapped it off with Rimuru. That was probably best case scenario, because Milim can be really annoying once she gets her like stacks or whatever, where she takes 1 damage. I can't remember what those are called at the moment. So probably best case scenario that we kill... Or that Merlin is the one left alive there. That actually worked out really nicely. I'm still not 100% sure how this whole challenger coins thing works, to be honest with you. I think all you have to do is just sign up for the ranking match, if I'm not mistaken, and then it will let you have at least 1,000 coins per week. But the thing is, unless you're getting in the top 100 for ranking match, you don't get nearly as many coins. So I'm probably not going to be able to get Cardinal Helbram for quite a while, and plus I'm playing just regular challenger, not ranking match, so I'm pretty sure that's also not the right thing to do if I'm pushing for it. But top 100 is so sweaty. It's so bad. So, but I don't know. Because they just added it this update, I assume there's going to be a lot of people pushing for it right now, so I'm just not even going to worry about it at the moment. But maybe during some of the like chill weeks where people like there's no top 100 season going on, people aren't necessarily as like worried about it. But then again, I guess it just depends on how many people are like really pushing for it, because they're gonna have to play the game mode to do it. So we've already sapped retrogression off, which is really nice. I would like, maybe we try to go for... I don't think I can kill, because let's be honest, Rimuru is not the greatest DPS nowadays, and I don't have his pierce rate buff. Plus, I also have him on HP defense at the moment, but yeah, I didn't think that was going to do nearly enough. I don't even think with attack crit on that would have done what I wanted it to do, so it's not a huge deal there. But if I had more single target focus, like if we got rid of Sabnak, maybe went for the Milim play or something like that instead, there's potential for like first turn wipe or something. Or not wipe, because obviously one character is going to survive, like with the retrogression, and then it gets removed because Hell dies either way. And that's even if they get the right buff combination. So let's go for... We can stun Hell again, actually. At this point, I'm honestly not too worried about the shield. I'm going to try to kill Milim off if I can, because she's going to get stunned unless she just dies to this AoE, which I... maybe. Okay, I didn't think so. We do have Pierce Rate buff on. Okay, it is just enough to kill off the Milim. I forgot, retrogression. Okay, never mind. I'm stupid. I played that wrong. But either way, it will get sapped immediately on turn 2. She still can't die yet because of retrogression, which is good for me. The bot is attacking into her, thinking that it can kill her, which is fair. Big misplayed on that one, so my bad. Okay, Rimuru is the one that survives this time. If we could have merged into an ultimate, that would have been great, but we don't get Pierce Rate buff, right? That would be nice, but no, not quite. Okay, so let's go for this into this AoE should actually do some decent damage now. Do I? Maybe we delete a card out of hand on her so that way we get rid of her stack and then we do this. Because that's going to do 1 damage anyway. Nanashi wasn't going to do good damage regardless. This will do some decent damage. Can I kill that much HP off of her with this? Maybe. Yeah. Okay, it does so good. The 120% extra damage whenever you have a retrogression, that goes real hard. Let's be honest. That goes real hard. It's really great, actually. So at this point, they're pretty much cooked. She's too low for her flood card to do any decent damage. This probably does kill Nanashi. Yeah, that card goes hard. That card is the best. Luckily, we infected there, so we don't have to worry about her life stealing a whole bunch or anything. And then this should be able to kill both of them, I assume. Well, he does. Yeah, I would assume so. Right? Come on, you got it. Oh well. We'll move on for your sake. Unfortunately, it seems to be a little too early in the day to find real players. I was finding a lot of real players yesterday and the day before when I was messing around in Challenger. But it's 11:30 a.m. on a Sunday. I mean, it is Sunday, so people are potentially home to play or just free to use their phone or whatever they're playing on. But I guess it's a little too early. Really good card lockdown here. That's actually really nice. I guess we AoE sealed. Yep. So she can only use Flood card, which is fine. I guess she's wasting a card here. Yeah, because she's lower HP, that's actually not going to do too much there. Wait, oh, I forgot. It's only attack skills. She can still use her debuff AoE, so it doesn't totally lock down Hell, unfortunately, but it's okay. Let's honestly just go for the same thing here, except I'm going to re-up on my shield, I think. Because this actually looks really good. Because I think we can pop Retrogression. I don't know. I don't know exactly how this is going to play out. Who lives? Oh, it didn't do enough damage on the Milim. Luckily, she's stunned, so it doesn't really matter too bad. This was really good lockdown. I don't know. I don't understand why. I guess his Milim has an attack set on, right? Or who is it? Lowest CC? I'm pretty sure. So she would probably have the attack set on if I had to guess. What you licking, man? He did pop Retrogression actually. So this works out pretty nicely here. Do you have Tarmio Link on? You do. Let's go ahead and do this, and then this. And that should be enough to win. Okay, so is that 40%? I think that's a little above. Yeah, so not quite a kill there. Damage cap can't do anything about that. And then we'll give Rimuru the kill. And then Nanashi in the back is not an issue. So we'll go ahead and move on. Okay, another Angel team. I'm fine with that, actually. I mean, just for a little bit of variety and everything. Plus, I mean, this team is so strong. The fact that I can actually win against this team is pretty crazy to me. Like, I don't know, this team is so nuts sometimes, especially with all the utility and stuff that they have. We're doing very little damage. Good lockdown on the hand here, though. I do really like Sabnak for that. Plus, whenever you pop Retrogression on Sabnak, her cards can actually do some really big damage. It's really fun. Because I'm just not used to seeing her put up like actual damage numbers anymore. So let's see how this goes. Okay, I don't think he's putting Ripple of Light on me this turn. Okay, nice. So let's waste this, use this, and then infect again to pop the debuff here. I'm not entirely sure what the lockdown is going to look like. This should still be enough to break the shield, of course. Boom, and then we will pop that debuff with the infect here, and also infect, which is nice. So we still lock down the Margaret. 1 card use in hand, and it is Melly's single target, which could potentially be a bad thing, but... oh, wait. Oh, he doesn't have any single targets in hand because he already used it, so it was Miles AoE. We do have Ripple of Light on Sabnak at this point, so let's go ahead and I could debuff again. I think I do, because why not? I think I just go ahead and re-up on the shield and disable her, and then we can push for Hell's ultimate, actually. So we get rid of the Ripple of Light with that, which is fine, because we're just using it to apply the debuff anyway. Do some okay damage, really nothing crazy there. One card available to use in his hand, but we killed Margaret off there. Would have been nice if we could have killed Mael there. Depending on his card draw, he might actually get some better cards. Okay, that wasn't a merge for Elat, which is good, because she had potential to cleanse there. If he can pop my... Ooh, if he can pop Retrogression here for me, which I think he's going to, I'll actually be able to use both of my ultimates, and then he'll pretty much be cooked. Yeah, okay, because this Retrogression hard counters the Mael there, so that's so good. Okay, well, we're chilling. GG. I don't know, it's really cool. Obviously, the Rimuru is not used for DPS. Like, yeah, sure, his infect is nice. It can do some decent damage. Once you get the Pierce buff, the Pierce rate card can do some decent damage, but at the same time, you're kind of just using him as a support character with a little bit of utility built in. I like the infect on him. That's one of the biggest reasons why I like using the LR Merlin. I think she's really, really nice to have for that. Plus, that single target goes so hard. As far as DPS goes, of course, Merlin beats out Rimuru 1000%, but being able to remove that buff is actually really, really good, especially going up against other Hell teams. Is it the greatest against the Goddess team? No, probably not. I mean, let's be honest, like, if you're going up against the Goddess team and you're using the Unknown team and you are running the Merlin, you're in a much better position, just flat out. There's no debating that. But for the, like, it's still good. And if you go up against an unknown team, like if there's still that chance that you're going to fight one, you have like a pretty decent counter to them, which I think is worth it. So I like Merlin better, of course. Don't get me wrong, she's fantastic. But at the same time, I do actually really, really like having Rimuru on the team, just because he's kind of a fun character. Unfortunately, he was like, whenever he first got his LR, everybody was like, like, mid, not great, this kind of sucks, which is totally fair. He did kind of totally suck, so it is what it is, but unfortunately that sucks, of course, whenever a character gets buffed and then they're not really all that great. But at the same time, finally we're getting a little bit of use out of him, which is nice to see at the very least. So go ahead and re-up on our buffs, or debuffs. He can use 3 cards here. He does have single target usage with melee, so somebody's going to get Retrogression popped. Going on to Hell actually might be his best play, just because if he used it on anybody else, he would have popped Retrogression on him. So he... I don't know if I like this setup. How long does this last? Limit once. I don't think I can get rid of that, so I think we're just going to waste this, because we don't have a Retrogression anyway. She had Ripple of Light on, which is fine. Also Ripple of Light on, which is fine. We're basically just using debuffs here. Ooh, this also does 1 damage, unfortunately. But he can only use 1 card, and it's probably melee AoE? It is. Okay. This actually might do some decent damage. Actually, he doesn't have Blade of Judgment popped, so... Retrogression. Did we already have Retrogression popped at some point? That's probably really bad. We're in a really tough spot now, I think. I was expecting... Never mind. God. That's ridiculous. No Tarmiel Link either? What are you doing? That literally just determined the entire game. If he had Tarmiel Link there, I was probably screwed. 722, that might have killed anyway. I don't know. She's awesome. I love this Hale so much. She's so much fun. Alrighty, let's do one last match here. Okay. I don't know if it's just people having their team set and just not playing PvP very much or whatever, but I feel like I see this team quite often for some reason. Oh, I think this is a real player too. So never mind. That totally throws that out the window. God, that was so much damage. I don't understand the point of running this. Well, I guess if you just don't have Hell. Unfortunate, the only real player that we fight. I'll do one more, but only real player that I've fought so far, and he's running the old, outdated team. Which, don't get me wrong, still fine, but if you're going to survive any sort of big damage turn 1, you kind of have to have the Hell. It's just same team, different guy. Okay, this one is a bot, unfortunately, so I guess we'll just go ahead and finish things off. Like, you can tell when the game is going to be over quick, depending on how much damage Sabnak does, because, like, against a really good team with a lot of basic stats and stuff, Sabnak does not do a lot of damage, let's be fair. But she can do a lot of damage whenever the team is poorly built, so, which is funny. Either way, not a lot of damage. God, like, basically no damage there. This probably won't even do that much damage. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, 300k is good, but Sabnak has so much HP. Shocking in that order is not the way to go. Let's go for... Let's just go ahead and do this to finish things off. Oh well, we'll finish here. So either way, oh, that did more than I thought it was actually going to for some reason. I'm just so used to fighting like a lot, like hefty teams with a lot of basic stats, but oh boy, my favorite. What's this gonna look like actually? Oh well, it didn't do that much damage. Does that actually? Nah, not quite a kill. Unfortunate for you, my friend. Let's go for... I don't have the greatest hand here. These are probably my highest damage dealing cards, which he doesn't have any support, so I don't think this will be too bad. Yeah, pops damage count. Not quite a kill there. Oh, it does. Oh, never mind. Okay, alright. Did hit 50%. Either way. That's pretty much it. I don't know. I think Rimuru is really fun. I have a 100% win rate with him at the moment, but like I said, it's a little skewed considering how good my account is now. But either way, I think it's been a lot of cool fun. I need to mess around with the Bond relic as well because it came out this update, and I want to test it out because I like Bond quite a bit, and it'll be cool to run him and Lancelot together. Plus, I don't know, Transcendent Bond is just cool in general, and I'm glad he finally got a relic. So either way, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.